Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be looking at the Diablo 1 Spiked Club unique, which is also a club unique, if I remember correctly. You can find it in both configurations.
Hello, my friend.
As you can see, it has 3 to 6
Stay a while and
damage,
listen.
20 durability, and it only requires 18 strength. It is known as the Gnarled Root. The Gnarled Root has some interesting stats on it. First off, it does come with a chance to hit, which is really nice. A lot of weapons don't. Only 20%, but it's there. It has 300% enhanced damage, which is insane. Not very many items have that much enhanced damage. It also comes with plus 10 dexterity, which can help out a little bit with the lower chance to hit, so that's nice. Plus 5 magic, 10% resist all, and only one real negative on it, which is armor class -10. Unfortunately, the armor class -10, it does make it kind of poopy early on, because, well, generally you don't want to lower your armor class at all early on in the game. Later on, -10 might not be that big of a deal, but early on, it's kind of huge. The overall damage is 12 to 24. It's actually kind of low because, well, the base damage of the weapon is low. And I think that's the main problem with this particular weapon, is that although it does have this massive 300% enhanced, it doesn't really have a lot of base damage to begin with. In Hellfire, you could potentially use the oils to increase the damage of the weapon, but I don't remember if those actually last or if they only last for one game. I can't remember. But basically, like, you could potentially enhance the damage of the weapon and get better usefulness out of it with the 300% enhanced. It still is going to have some 2-hit problems because the 2-hit on the weapon is relatively low, although it's better than some of the other weapons that I've seen. Its main issue is just that the base type itself has relatively low base damage. It does have some pretty decent stats as a buff stick, though. Like, even if you were just to use it on a sorcerer, it does come with 10 dex, 5 magic, and 10 resist all, which is certainly not terrible either. Although it does have that nasty negative of the -10 armor class, which could potentially be kind of poopy. I don't know, all in all, it's not exactly a horrible weapon. It does also come, technically, since it is a mace class, it comes with that 50% enhanced damage versus undead. So I guess technically this weapon actually has 350% damage versus undead, whereas it only has 250% because of the penalty versus beast-type monsters. But 350% is a lot of enhanced versus undead. That's actually kind of nuts. Imagine if you dual-wielded this on a bard in Hellfire with like a Sivherbs in the other hand. You'd have like, what is that, like 200 and 300, so you'd have like 500% damage versus demons. That'd be kind of nutty. Its sell value is only 2,455, so it's not too bad. It does drop a lot, from what I understand. I've actually found a couple of them myself, and according to what it says, is because it can be 2 different bases, a club and a spiked club, that a lot of the times it will actually drop multiple times. Mainly because it can actually drop in 2 different forms, so keep that in mind. You might actually find a bunch of these, especially early on. I don't believe it has a particularly high item class. It's only level 9 item quality, so you're probably going to find it pretty early on in the game. The low durability on it kind of sucks, though. 20 durability, if you're actually going to use it as a weapon, not really that great. You're probably going to want to take it to the shrines to enhance the durability. There's a shrine that will enhance, like, it will enhance all items in your inventory except for one and reduce the durability of that one item. So you basically do what's called shrine hunting, which is where you just hunt for those shrines, and then you get the durability of the item up higher so it actually doesn't break on you. Which in this case, if an item does break in Diablo 1, it just simply disappears. So having low durability is actually kind of a poopy thing. Trying to think anything else other than that. In Hellfire, you can enhance the durability with like the Fortitude and the Blacksmith oils, which is not bad. You can do that pretty easily. They're not super hard to come by. The Fortitudes are harder to come by than the Blacksmith oils, but the Blacksmith oils, if the item is at full durability, will enhance the durability to be 1, which is not bad either. So you can stock up on Blacksmith oils and bring it up easily to like 30 or 40 durability. It's an interesting item. It definitely has multiple uses. Either it could be just simply a buff stick for a sorcerer early on, or it could be an actual melee weapon for like a melee character. Yeah, very interesting, the Gnarled Root. An interesting item for sure. I think that's pretty much it with this particular item. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button if you enjoy the content, because this is my full-time job and it helps me out. And as always, keep watching.